So my hands get really dirty. I'm sure you've seen that in close-ups, but they were particularly dirty this morning because I've been mowing the lawn, and as I was giving them a wash I was thinking, well, I don't mind a bit of honest dirt. But it did make me think of that idea as well, that idea of honest labour. You know, the sweat of your brow, dirt on your hands, that kind of thing. And it made me think, why is it that that's so important to us? Now, work doesn't have to be things like sawing up lumps of metal or hammering bits of wood or anything like that. It can be lots of different things, different work, different people, different ideas. But it's still the essence of what work is fundamental to our sense of self, I think. And it did make me think about that because, of course, not everybody agrees with that. There's a whole group of people who think that work is something you should avoid at all costs. And I understand that, but I can't say I have a lot of sympathy with it. To me, it's a great deal of pride in work, and people who try to avoid work, they make a pride out of it, or they try to extol the virtue of it, but I actually think they're making a pride out of something that's a shame. Now, it's a shame in so many ways to me. It ties into sort of rights of life and what a good life actually is. I mean, you're not asked to be born, you're born. So you have a life, and then you have a right to that life. But what you do with that life in building a life is really up to you. Or it should be up to you. Quite a lot of the time I think that people are given too much. And when you're given stuff, when you're not building your own life, I think you get a sense of purposelessness. I think you get this idea that nothing you do makes a difference, you don't need to do anything, everything will be given to you. I don't think that is something that satisfies us. I think that that's something that makes us feel dissatisfied, makes us feel purposeless, makes us feel that we have no reason to be here. And that I can understand, because if you're given everything and you're not building your own life, then what is the reason? I think you can't be given everything. I think it's important that you do that work because it gives you a sense of you building your own life. And that, of course, is tremendously important to your sense of self-satisfaction, which is why I think that work is so important to us. It's why doing something that transforms nature from its raw state into something else is incredibly significant. And when you do that work, whatever it is, then you feel a great deal of satisfaction in it, a great deal of joy in what it is that you're doing. And I think that's because you feel purposeful. And I think it's that is part of building the life that you have. If you're given everything, there is no building the life, and I don't think it's about getting there. I think it's about the journey, remember. And the journey is about you putting effort in to put one step in front of the other. If somebody's wheeling you around, it doesn't matter where you are. And that, I think, is what is significant about that. And it's I think, a fundamental truth understood by everybody, which is where that idea of honest labour comes from. Now, obviously, as I say, there are people who will do that down, who will extol the virtue of getting something for nothing, who will try their best to avoid doing that work. But I think that those people have a deep-seated sense of dissatisfaction. And I think they try to cover that with humour and glib retorts and ideas that really make no sense at all to me. I think it's really important to get your hands dirty. Now, I think that's a metaphorical thing. I don't think you literally have to get your hands dirty. But I think it's important to work on something. Anyway, that just occurred to me this morning. I thought I would share those ideas with you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.